Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Let's do the third part of the lesson. And in this lesson, inshallah, as we can see that we will learn about the plural of those. We have seen that dhalika is used for far distance, something that is far away. And we call that ismul ishara lil ba'id, and that is used for the masculine. And then we talk about the feminine, and for the feminine, the ismul ishara that is used is tilka, and that means that. And now, inshallah, we will learn about ulaika. It means those, and we can see that for both, for singular masculine and also for singular feminine, the plural is the same, which is ulaika. Also, please notice that the waw of ulaika is not pronounced. It is not pronounced. It's an additional waw or extra waw. And when we read it, we will say ulaika. And there is no need to prolong it for 2 seconds. You can't say ulaika. That will be a mistake. We will say ulaika. It means those. Now we can see here, dhalika muslimun, that is a Muslim, and tilka muslimatun, that is a Muslim. So in English, the translation will be the same, but in Arabic, according to the person, the pronoun has to change. And when we talk about the plural, we say ulaika muslimuna. So we know that the plural of Muslim is muslimuna. Those are Muslims, and similarly, ulaika muslimatun, those are Muslims. And we know that muslimatun, the plural will be on the pattern of atun. Sound plural will be atun, so it is muslimatun. And for the singular masculine, muslimun, the sound plural will be muslimuna, on the sound of una. So when we talk about the sound plural, we have to go by the sound. Muslimuna, that is una, mu'minuna, sa'imuna. And when we have feminine, we say muslimatun, mu'minatun, and sa'imatun. Una and atun, these are the two sounds that we need to remember. Part C, as we can say, so it's jim, ha'ulai ikhwati. So we can see that ha'ulai is the plural of hadha, and ha'ulai ikhwati, these are my brothers, wa ulaika asdiqai, and those are my friends. So now we can see here that the plural of hadha is ha'ulai, and the plural of dhalika is ulaika. And we know that the subject and the predicate must be equal in number and gender. So if the subject is ha'ulai, then we know that the plural of akhun is ikhwatun. It has two plurals, ikhwatun wa ikhwanun. And when you want to say my brothers, we will say ikhwati. These are my brothers, wa ulaika, and those are asdiqai, my friends. Sadiqun, and the plural of sadiqun is asdiqa'u. And when you want to say my friends, then we say asdiqai. Man ulaika rijalu at-tiwalu. Now we can see that man here, we have to separate from ulaika rijalu at-tiwalu. Rijal and tiwal, it's the plural of rajulun and tawilun, and we know that it's on the pattern of fi'alun. Who are those tall men? Ulaika, those, ismul ishara. Ar-rijalu is musharun ilayhi. At-tiwalu is the adjective being used for rijal. So here we have two phrases. What are the two phrases? Number one is ulaika ar-rijalu, that is phrase number one, those men. So this is ismul ishara wa musharun ilayhi. And then the second phrase that we have is ar-rijalu at-tiwalu, tall men, which is mawsuf and sifa, the noun and adjective. Who are those tall men? Hum atibba'u min America. We know that atibba'u is on the pattern of af'ila'u, and it is mamnu min as-sarf. It will not accept tanween. Hum atibba'u min America. And we know that America ends with alif. And when a noun ends with alif, we don't need to put any vowel signs. They are from America. So those are doctors from America. Hum atibba'u min America. Man ulaika nisa'u. Again, man, as we can see that it is used to ask a question, and ulaika nisa'u, those women. those women. And again, this is ismul ishara wa musharun ilayhi, demonstrative phrase, as we know. So who are those women? Hunna ummahatu talibati, they are the mothers of the students, feminine students, in fact. So now we can see over here that humma is the subject, ummahatu talibati is mudaf ilayhi. Ummahat, as we can see, it is light and it does not have al, it does not have tanween. At-talibat has kasra. So whenever we have two nouns together and we see that the first noun does not have al and it does not have tanween, and the second noun is majroor, that means it is idafa phrase. So we call it idafa construction, and it gives the meaning of those are the mothers of students. So whenever we have this phrase, we have the meaning of, and we call it idafa, or we call it mudaf ilayh. Aba ut-tullabi, again it's mudaf ilayh. Inda al-mudiri, and we know that inda is used as special mudaf. It is a zarf, but it is used as special mudaf. So aba ut-tullabi, abun, and the plural of abun is aba, and aba ut-tullabi is mudaf ilayh. And the translation will be the fathers of students, or the father of the students are with the manager. The fathers of the students are with the manager. أُولَٰئِكَ النِّسَاءُ خَالَاتُكَ يَا مَرْيَمُ. Now, أُولَٰئِكَ النِّسَاءُ, as we can see that it is basically demonstrative phrase, ishara and musharun ilayhi, and as we know, this is hamzatul istifham, and it is used to ask a question. أُولَٰئِكَ النِّسَاءُ خَالَاتُكَ يَا مَرْيَمُ, are those women your maternal aunts, O Maryam? Khalatun, and the plural of khalatun is khalatun, and khalatuka, we know that whenever we have attached pronoun, in fact, there's it shouldn't be ka, it should be ki. Again, we need to be very careful. Ulaika nisa'u khalatuki ya Maryamu, because we have to look for the person that we are addressing to. So here we are talking to Maryam, so in fact we can't say ka, we have to say ki. So khalatuki ya Maryamu, are those women your maternal aunts, O Maryam? La, no. Hunna ammati, they are my paternal aunts. Ammatun, and the plural of ammatun is ammatun, and we know that when we have ya al mutakallim, then it becomes ammati. No, they are my paternal aunts. Ammati, my paternal aunts. هؤلاء أطباء وأولئك مهندسون. So again, we have two small sentences. هؤلاء أطباء, these are doctors. وأولئك, and those are مهندسون, engineers. These are doctors and those are engineers. هؤلاء الرجال, these men, and we know that it is ishara and musharun ilay, so we have to separate it. هؤلاء الرجال فقراء, we have to separate it from khabar. فقراء فقير, and the plural of faqirun is فقراء, again mamnu min as-sarf. These men are rich, in fact poor. وأولئك أغنياء, and those are rich. So now we can see both of them, fuqara'u and aghniya'u, they are mamnu min as-sarf, that means they are diptot and they do not accept tanween. Ulaika at-tullabu, those students, ضعافٌ, are weak. ضعيف, and the plural of ضعيف is ضعاف. Those students are weak. Man ulaika ar-rijalu, who are those men? Hum wuzara'u, they are ministers. Wuzara'u, also it's on the pattern of fa'ala'u, that's why it's a diptot, it is mamnu min as-sarf, it will not accept tanween. Hum wuzara'u, they are ministers. So alhamdulillah, our lesson, this part of the lesson is complete now, and inshallah now we will do the exercises. Tamarinu, as we know that tamarinu is on the pattern of mafa'ilu, and this pattern does not accept tanween. It is also a diptot, it is mamnu min as-sarf. Hawilil mubtada'a, what we have to do now, we have to change the subject. Fi kullin, in every من الجمل الآتية, each of the following sentences, إلى جمع, to the plural. So now what we have to do, we have to change the subject المبتدأ to the plural. مثال ذلك الرجل مدرس, that man is a teacher, and ذلك الرجل, we can see that ذلك is إشارة and الرجل is مشار إليه, and this is also subject مبتدأ, and we have to change it into plural. So of course we will say أولئك الرجال. When we have أولئك, then after that we must have the plural أولئك الرجال. This is the subject, and we know that subject and plural are equal, so predicate will be مدرسون. أولئك الرجال مدرسون, those men are teachers. Now we have a question over here. Man ذلك الفتى, who is that young man? And now what we have to do, we have to change subject, we have to change subject into what? Into plural. So it will be man. Dharf means adverb. It means adverb. So adverb means it can be adverb of time or it can be adverb of place. So inda is basically adverb of place, means with. Okay, excellent. So we will say man ulaikal fityatu. Perfect. Man ulaikal fityatu. So what we will do now, we will change dhalika into ulaika, and al-fata, we will change it into al-fityatu. Who are those young men? Now you might have seen over here that what we have to do, we have to change the subject al-mubtada'u, we have to change it into plural. So now it's confirmed that man cannot be a subject, it will be a predicate. Why? Because man is an indefinite noun. Man is an indefinite noun. Please remember that all asma'ul istifham, all the nouns that are used to ask question, like kaifa, like man, like mata, they are all indefinite nouns, and we know that indefinite noun is generally predicate and definite noun is subject. So we will say dhalik al-fata is subject and man is predicate. Now why do we have man in the beginning of the sentence? Because we know it's a question word, and generally question word comes in the beginning of the sentence. Min aina dhalik al-mudarrisu, where is that teacher from? And we want to say, where are those teachers from? So what we have to do, we have to change dhalika into ulaika, and al-mudarrisu, we have to change it into al-mudarrisuna. So it will be man min aina ulaika al-mudarrisuna, where are those teachers from? Okay, excellent. Tilka al-fatatu bintu tabibi, that girl or young girl is the daughter of the doctor. So now what we have to do, we have to change tilka into ulaika, al-fatatu will change into fatayatu, and bint will change into banatu, and tabib will remain as it is. So we will say ulaika al-fatayatu banatu tabibi, those young ladies are the daughters of the doctor. So now we have to make sure that we change when we talk about ishara and musharun ilayh. So when we change the demonstrative pronoun, then we also have to change the noun. And similarly, this is subject, and we know that subject is plural. Now, here it is singular, but here it becomes plural. So we know that when subject is plural, then the predicate has to be plural as well. These are the small things that we need to notice. هذا الطالب من إنجلترا وذلك من فرنسا. This student is from England, and the other student, and that student is from France. Now we want to say these students are from England and those students are from France. What will we do? هذا الطالب, we will change into أولئك, لا, we will change into هؤلاء الطلاب, right? هؤلاء الطلاب من إنجلترا, these students are from England. And now the plural of ذلك will be أولئك, وأولئك من فرنسا, and those are from France. So we need to be careful. هذا will change into هؤلاء, and similarly ذلك will change into أولئك. طالب will change into طلاب. أذلك المهندس مسلم, is that engineer a Muslim? And now we want to say, are those engineers Muslims? So how will we say? أولئك المهندسون مسلمون. All right. أولئك المهندسون مسلمون. Are those engineers Muslims? Okay. هذه المرأة ممرضة. This woman is a nurse. وتلك طبيبة, and that is a doctor. Okay. So now we have to change المرأة. Does anyone remember the plural of مرأة? Yes. نساء. نساء. Excellent. And طبيبة will be طبيبات. Excellent. So هذه and هذه we will change into هؤلاء, and تلك we will change into أولئك. Okay. هؤلاء النساء ممرضات. These ladies or these women are what do we say, are nurses. وأولئك, and those are طبيبات, they are doctors. من هذا الولد الطويل? Who is this tall boy? All right, so now we have to change هذا into هؤلاء. Okay. ولد. Does anyone remember the plural of ولد? The plural is أولاد. Okay. And what is the plural of طويل? It will be طوال. Excellent. So we will say من هؤلاء الأولاد الطوال, and أولاد الطوال. Who are these tall boys? Excellent. تلك الفتاة الصغيرة. That girl is short, or she's small. أخت حامد. She is the sister of Hamid. So تلك الفتاة الصغيرة, that short or that young lady or young girl. أخت حامد is the sister of Hamid. Okay. تلك. What's the plural of تلك? Does anyone remember? It will be أولئك. Okay. What's the plural of فتاة? It will be فتيات. What's the plural of صغير or صغيرة? In fact, صغيرة will be صغار. Okay. And what's the plural of أخت? It will be أخوات. Okay, it will be أخوات. All right. So now you see how many things we have to take care of. So it will be أولئك الفتيات الصغار أخوات حامد. Those young ladies or those young girls are the sisters of Hamid. Please remember that we don't have to change Hamid into plural, because we are talking about sisters of Hamid, and that's why we have to make the plural of sisters only and not Hamid. تلك المرأة أم الطالبة. That woman is the mother of the student. Now we want to say those women are the mothers of the students. So tilka will change into أولئك. المرأة will change into النساء. أم. Does anyone remember the plural of أم? It will be أمهات. Okay, it will be أمهات, and الطالبة will remain as it is. Okay, so it will be أولئك النساء أمهات الطالبات. Those women are the mothers of the students. ذلك الرجل تاجر كبير. That man is a big merchant. من المملكة العربية السعودية, from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now we want to say that those men are, yes, big merchants from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So it will be أولئك الرجال. It shouldn't be علماء كبار. It should be تجار كبار من المملكة العربية. So it will be تجار كبار من المملكة العربية السعودية. And those men are big merchants from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Ashir, it means point, and from that we have the word ishara. Ashir إلى الأسماء الآتية. Point towards the following nouns. باسم إشارة للبعيد, by using the demonstrative pronoun for far distance. So what are those? ذلك, تلك, and أولئك. So now we have to use these أسماء الإشارة to complete the exercise. All right, طالب. What should we use for طالب? ذلك, تلك, or أولئك? Yes, please tell me quickly. ذلك طالب. Excellent. What about تجار? What about تجار? It will be أولئك تجار. Okay, they are merchants, or those are merchants. In fact, those are merchants. That is a student. Okay, what about mudarrisatun? What should we use? ذلك تلك or أولئك? أولئك مدرسات. Excellent. Those are teachers. طبيبة جديدة. A new doctor. So what should we use? تلك. Excellent. تلك طبيبة جديدة. That is a new doctor. All right. أمهات الطالبات. The mothers of the students. أمهات. What should we use? أولئك. Excellent. أولئك أمهات الطالبات. Those are the mothers of the students. آباء الطلاب. The fathers of the students. What should we use? أولئك. Oh, so why should we use أولئك for both? For أمهات we are using أولئك, and for آباء we are using أولئك. Why is that? Because we have learned today that both for the plural of the feminine and also the plural of the masculine, we have to use أولئك. Excellent. Perfect. فلاح, a farmer. So what should we say? ذلك فلاح. That is a farmer. محمد. So we want to say that is the mother of Muhammad. So we will say تلك محمد. Okay, that is the mother of Muhammad. صديقي, my friend. So what should I say? ذلك or تلك? That is my friend. So I will say ذلك صديقي. Excellent. Okay, the next one should be slightly confusing maybe. أخواتي. So what should I say? أخواتي, my sisters. So what should I say? أولئك أخواتي. No, أولئك. Why? Because أختٌ is singular and the plural of أختٌ is أخواتٌ. And when you want to say my sisters, you will say أخواتي. أولئك أخواتي. Those are my sisters. Excellent. And then we have إخواتي, that means brothers. So what should we say? إخواتي. No, not tilka. That's a mistake. Not ذلك. أولئك إخوتي. Yeah, slightly confusing. Okay, why do we say أولئك إخوتي? Because إخوة is the plural of أخ. إخوة is the plural of أخ. So there is a possibility because of ta marbuta, you might be thinking that, it's feminine. It's not feminine. We know that أخ has two plurals. It has two plurals. It has إخوة, and similarly it has إخوان. So both of them are the plurals of أخ. Okay. هاتي جمع الكلمات الآتية. Now you have to provide the plural of the following words that we have. We have هاتي جمع الكلمات الآتية. So it is مضاف إليه, and we know that مضاف إليه is always مجرور. Who remembers the plural of Ummahatun. Excellent. Ummahatun. Okay. Abun. Who remembers the plural of abun? It is abaun. Abaun. Both ummahatun wa abaun, both of them have been used in the Quran. Okay, so now we know that the plural of umman is ummahatun and abun is abaun. Imra'atun. Who remembers the plural of imra'atun? Very interesting plural, right? It is nisa'un. Excellent. Nisa'un. Ammatun. And what is the plural of ammatun? It will be ammatun. Ammatun. Okay. Aunt, a paternal aunt and the paternal aunts. Da'ifun means weak, and the plural is da'afun. Da'ifun. Da'afun. Da'if means weak. It's not daif, it is da'if. That means weak, and the plural is da'afun. Wazirun. What's the plural of wazirun? It is, du'afa'u. Also, it has two plurals. So, da'ifun and da'afun and du'afa'u. Wazirun, wazara'u. Wazara'u. It is mamnu min as-sarf. Ismun, and the plural of ismun is asma'un, on the pattern of af'alun. Asma'un. Excellent. So now what do we have here? Iqra, maktub, read and write. Asdiqa'u, aghniya'u, aqwiya'u, atibba'u. And I have written over here af'ila'u. What does that mean? Does anyone remember? Af'ila'u is a pattern. It's a was-known pattern. Pattern doesn't have any meaning. So this pattern, any noun that comes on this pattern, it will be diptote, it will be mamnu min as-sarf. Any noun that comes on the pattern of af'ila'u, it will not accept tanween, as we can see over here. Sadiqun, and the plural of sadiqun is asdiqa'u. It will be a mistake to say asdiqa'un. That will be a mistake. So we have to say asdiqa'u, because we know the nouns that are mamnu min as-sarf, they are diptote, they do not accept tanween, and they do not accept kasra. They do accept kasra in some certain specific situations. Inshallah, we will learn in the following lessons. But as of now, we know that these nouns do not accept tanween and they do not accept kasra. Similarly, we have aghniya'u, plural of ghaniyun, aghniya'u, qawiyun, and the plural of qawiyun is aqwiya'u, strong, and tabibun, and the plural of tabibun is atibba'u. Similarly, we have the pattern which is fu'ala'u. So any noun that comes on the pattern of fu'ala'u is also mamnu'in min as-sarf, that is diptote. So we have faqirun, and the plural is fuqara'u, zamilun, and the plural is zumala'u, wazirun, and the plural is wuzara'u, alimun, and the plural is ulama'u. Ulama'u. So we can see that all of them are mamnu min as-sarf. They do not accept tanween. I think I remember I have given you 6 patterns. For example, I gave you af'alu, similarly af'ila'u, fu'ala'u, mafa'ilu, and mafa'ilu. So I have given you these. If you remember these patterns, your learning of Arabic language will be very, very easy. You know that if a noun comes on that pattern, that means it will not accept tanween. It is mamnu min as-sarf. So we are almost finished. So here is a summary of what we have learned here so far. Asma'ul isharati lil ba'idi. So the demonstrative pronouns that are used for the far distance. Al-mufradu singular, al-jam'u plural. So al-mufradu, we have al-mudhakkar. For the masculine, we have dhalika, talibun, and the plural will be ulaika, tullabun. Similarly, for the feminine, al-mu'annath, tilka talibatun, that is a student. Ulaika talibatun, those are students. So here our table for singular and for the plural is complete now. However, we have for the dual, it is left, and inshallah we will complete it in the following lessons. Now here what we have to see over here, that it's a nominal sentence. Nominal sentence means jumlatun ismiyatun. It consists of subject and predicate. Subject is always a noun, as we can see over here, and the predicate can be a verb. The predicate can be a verb. However, we have to make sure that we use the similar kind of verb that is equal to the subject. For example, Muhammad is singular and it is masculine. So the verb that we have to use has to be singular and it has to be masculine. So we will say Muhammadun dhahaba. Muhammad went. Now it is a nominal sentence. And when we have Muhammadun wa Hamidun wa Aliyun, now we know that it is plural. When the subject is plural, then the predicate has to be plural. And the predicate is a verbal sentence, it's a verb. And that's why the verb that we have to use must be for the plural. So we will say Muhammadun wa Hamidun wa Aliyun dhahabu. So the translation will be Muhammad, Hamid, and Ali went. So if the noun is single, the verb will be single. And if the noun is plural, then the verb will be plural. And this is restricted only to the nominal sentence. Please remember, we are focusing only on the nominal sentence. We are not talking about the verbal sentence, because the verbal sentence will be different. Maryamu dhahabat. So we know that Maryam is singular feminine, and the verb that we have to use is also singular feminine. So we will say Maryamu dhahabat, and we will say that Maryam is subject and dhahabat is predicate. And similarly, Maryamu wa Aminatu wa Fatimatu dhahabna. Now we know that the subject is plural, so that's why the predicate has to be plural. Even if the predicate is a verb, it has to be verb for the plural. So we will say Maryamu wa Aminatu wa Fatimatu dhahabna. So Maryam, Amina, and Fatima went. Al-kalimatu al-jadidatu, the new words. Da'ifun, small typo here, da'ifun and da'ifatun. So both of them have the same plural, and the plural is da'afun. The plural is what? Da'afun. Similarly, tawilun wa tawilatun, tiwalun. Kabirun wa kabiratun kibarun. Da'ifun wa da'ifatun di'afun. So the plural is the same. Ummun, mother, and the plural is ummahatun, mothers. Abun, father, and aba'un, fathers. Qawiyun means strong, and the plural is aqwiya'u. On the pattern of af'ila'u, it is mamnu min as-sarf. Alimun, alim, alimun, and the plural of alimun is ulama'u, ulama'u. But if we have alamun, if we have lamul kalima or the second letter, if it has fatha, then it means alam, and the plural will be alamuna. Alamuna, it's on the pattern of una. So una, ina. Alamuna, alamina, alamina. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. So we can see here, only the difference is kasra here. So alimun means a learned person, and the plural is ulama'u, and alamun with fatha means world or universe, and the plural is alamuna. So alhamdulillah, our lesson number 13 is completed. It's a long lesson, but alhamdulillah, we have learned lots of new things. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase us in our knowledge. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.